ومن الدراما العربية راح ننتقل للسينما العالمية، ومع فيلم ذا باتمان اللي انطلق عرضه أمس في السينمات الإماراتية، والشيء ترافق مع إعلان أضاء برج خليفة. وهالنسخة الجديدة من سلسلة أفلام باتمان بحسب موقع روتن توميروز النقاد اعتبروه مش بس أحد أفضل أفلام باتمان، وإنما من بين أفضل أفلام الكوميك بوكس عامة. والنقاد أيضا أجمعوا على قوة أداء روبرت باتنسون اللي جسد هالشخصية للمرة الأولى. والتفاصيل في تراكينج ستوري نمبر 2.
It's such a strange thing because it's so much of the Batman mythology is that and also how he talks about himself and how he behaves is about he's seemingly not afraid of anything, but I kind of always think that if someone's presenting as that, then it must mean that they harbor really, really, really deep fears, and all of this attitude and this kind of whatever he's manifested has come purely out of fear. And I find a character more interesting who hasn't mastered their fears and mastered their skills or anything.
فلم يكن من السهل على روبرت تأدية هالكاركتير المزدوج، فهو تحري مدينة غوثم الحريص على حماية القانون بأساليبه الخاصة، والملياردير المنعزل بروس وين بالوقت نفسه.
He's been so isolated and he's such a hermit up until where we meet him in the movie. He's just allowed this intricate he's living in his head, even though he's going out to the street beating people up. Sorry, I'm going on this tangent, but saying that there's a million different ways. It's he kind of becomes more compassionate at the end, but also it's still very unstable. I mean, I like the idea there's this tension at the end and I was kind of thinking about where the relationship between him and Selena can go, and it could go. He's a very troubled guy, and it's not like he figures out how to heal himself in this movie at all. I mean, there's just a tiny little flicker of hope.
فعلاقة باتمان بكات وومن اللي بتجسدها زوي كرافيت بتشهد الكثير من تطورات لم تظهر بالنسخ السابقة واللي اعتدناها بأفلام باتمان، ولكن من المؤكد انهم دائما ما يكونون partners in crime.
Our characters have a lot to learn from each other, but I don't think that it's bad, I think, and that's what I love about this world, right, that it's really about the gray area, and everyone has a real point of view, and I think, in different times in our lives we've all been all these characters, and sometimes, you have that compassion and sometimes you can't find it, and that's what it is to be a human being.
علشان كذي الصفات الشريرة اللي بتظهر ضمن كاركتير سيلينا متعلقة بمعاناتها خلال ماضيها.
I don't think she's trying to do bad. I think she's really, really angry, and I think that she is defending herself and defending what she believes in and standing up for herself. It's the only way that she's been able to survive.
وكاركتير فيلن آخر وإنما بيحمل الكثير من الإجرام بجسده بول دانو من خلال شخصية ريدلر القاتل المتسلسل.
This character it's pain, self-hatred, shame, a lack of nurture. It's not just nature, right? Not just born a psychopath. It's this city of Gotham, and I think to have the perspective that you are doing the right thing. I mean, Batman says, "I am vengeance."
I'm vengeance,
and I always thought, well, I'm justice, and now it's a little bit of a perverted point of view, right? Because he's also a highly disturbed person who's I think sick as well, but absolutely thinks that he is, from his point of view, doing the right thing, and there's a lot of interesting morality at play, and that puts pressure on Gordon. It puts pressure on the Batman.
فجوردن الملازم بالشرطة اللي بيأديه جيفري وايت واللي بيلاحق ريدلر لإسقاطه تحمس جدا لهالدور، خاصة وأن مات ريفز المخرج والمشارك بكتابة القصة قدم الكثير من الأفكار الجديدة ضمن الفيلم.
I think that there's so much history behind this series and these characters. They're so well known that it's very easy to bring certain presumptions into the beginning of our film. That would have been easily done, but Matt didn't do that. He didn't take certain of our previous understandings for granted. So the assumptions that the bat suit, for example, is represents heroism and represents, justice and all of these things that we've come to know it as. It rather, he looked at it and said, well, it's isn't it odd? What's behind this? What's behind this choice for Bruce Wayne? And so we ask those questions. I was really very pleased with the way that he grounded our characters in the film in that way. Very gratifying to be able to play for me in a space like that.
ومثل ما محبي كل هالنجوم أسعدهم إطلاق فيلم باتمان في السينمات، أيضا محبي الممثل براد بيت زاد حماسهم لفيلمه الجديد بوليت ترين اللي تم إطلاق التريلر إعلانا عن تحديد موعد طرحه في السينمات في 15 يوليو القادم.